Hello, everybody out there. It's Al Simpson. I'm here with Chas and Chris of Flash Delirium. We're going to I'm excited, a Sultry Slashers Kickstarter launch. Very cool project. I've been talking to Chris and Chas about it over time, and it's come together very nicely. Awesome artwork. But as my family says, I'm tired of hearing myself talk. I'm going to let you guys run with it. Tell us how this all came to be.
Well, this will be our third Kickstarter. We did two prior to this, and our first were based on the book Rabbit's Badass Song.
Right.
Some people are probably familiar with that one, and that was more of a crime noir / dark fantasy type thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we did we did okay with those. We wanted to do some other projects like vastly different, but we did want to continue doing the horror thing.
Right.
Sultry Slash originally started as like like a joke. We said, why don't we just do like a parody of all like these slashers, like female versions. And I know there's been like people have done like a female Freddy and Jason, pictures and stuff.
Right.
I said, why don't we just take a step further and actually create like characters we could use,
like inspired by it.
Yeah, inspired,
not necessarily the same.
Yeah, more, like again, like a homage parody. Just enough where it's different enough, but people still see the familiarity with it.
Right.
So from that birth, I started doing some sketches, and then the name, we were trying to figure out different names. And Chastity, I believe you're the one who came up with Sultry Slashers, right?
Very cool.
No, originally I had Slutty Slash.
Yeah, originally she called it Slutty Slash. I liked it, but I said, you know what? I think let's try something a little more subtle that you can actually wear on the shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
although in Jersey that would sell pretty well, actually.
I liked it.
Yeah. So what horror-wise, what influences this project?
So I love horror. I mean, I love all eras and stuff of horror, all genres. But I've always had a soft spot for the slasher genre. The Halloweens, the Friday 13th, Prom Night, even the more obscure ones like the Prowler and all that stuff. So Sleepaway Camp is not Sleepaway. Well, I do like that one too. But Slumber Party Massacre is probably one of my favorite slasher movies of all time. That and the second one. I love the second one as well. Chazzy, you are a Jason fan, right?
I mean, I do, but more so Chucky.
Yeah, she's into like Chucky and stuff.
Child's Play. I like the horror comedy, like the Bride of Chucky and like Tucker and Dale versus Evil and
right, yeah.
Yeah.
And Final Girls. I'm a big fan of like the Final Girls, like the Nancy Thomas from Nightmare on the Street. Of course, Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode, and all of them. Right. So we're trying to figure out a way how we can combine all that together. And again, we really, we got inspired by you because we see, that was a very good idea you did with your campaigns by introducing our pinup book of the artwork to see if people like the idea. And we figured this concept would fit that just as well. So it's okay, let's do a pinup book. What would work best? It's okay, female slashers. So that's a pretty cool idea. So we gathered some artists. And that's how we also tested the waters to see if artists like the concept. And all the artists we reached out to, they loved the idea. They were giving us ideas we didn't think of. We just told them to just kind of run with it. I did like little light sketches. Now I sent like ideas. I said, but pretty much take these characters and just run with it. Right. And here we are.
Yeah. And then if it works out and we do the comic, that's going to be a horror comedy. So it's going to be more along the lines of like the Tucker and Dale.
Yeah, it's like, again, this is a fun thing. It's not to be taken seriously and it's very loose. So, again, like it's really for the horror fans. And there'll be like couple of jokes that horror fans will get in it and stuff. We've already kind of mapped out the characters. Each one has their own personality and everything. And when we launched, we actually did you'll see like a little bio of each character. I think people will find kind of funny.
Very cool. So, yeah, so this is like a precursor to the actual comic then.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I found the art book. I'm not a genius. I didn't invent art books, but I found it's a good way to introduce things to a new idea to a new bunch of people in a way that allows them to kind of like enjoy different versions of different things and then give you feedback on what they like and what they enjoy.
Exactly. You know, and they're easy. It's easier to produce. You know, and it frees you up. You know, and again, it's something the artists can have fun with. And like you said, you can just kind of figure out. You know, it gives you can experiment with to see what people like,
Right.
and just kind of double down on that. But honestly, we've had a lot of fun doing this one. I gotta say, this was really a stress-free creative venture. Like, you know, it was just fun.
Yeah. When I did the Bunny Goes to Space art book, it kind of frees you up because you don't have to worry specifically about, you know, the comic pages and all that.
Right.
And then you're working with artists who are kind of like interpreting what you're telling them. So it's very collaborative and it's very loose. You know,
Exactly.
which is fun.
So we're excited about it. I'm trying to think what else. What's some other things you want to talk? Did you want to talk about this before we launched?
What?
How many artists do you have on this thing?
So there's four. It's 4 artists.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Robert Nix. He does a lot of covers. You know, he does a lot of good work. He did the I guess the standard cover of all the females, because that's the only picture that's the whole group of them.
Right.
And then we have an awesome female doing it by the name of Miss Henpai. She's doing the manga-esque type artwork.
Waifu.
You know, okay. Another gentleman by the name, I'm going to butcher his name. Was it Raj?
I think it's Rajasik.
Rajasik.
But his tag is Matches Malone.
Yeah, Matches Malone.
Okay.
He's doing the more grounded if these characters were real type deal. And then we have Roberto Art. I believe he's in Mexico. He's doing the more like cartoony style. Again, like awesome.
But like realistic
Skin.
You'll
skin
see.
Yeah.
You'll see.
So
it's something you don't see all the time, and I really like it.
Yeah, you know, and each one did all the characters, each character.
Oh, wow.
And then they did each one as a naughty nice. So that way, you know, we got a lot of art. So if this one does well, next time around we can bring even more artists. But one cool thing was each artist not only brought their own style, but we have different. So if you like realistic type looking characters, there's something for you. If you like the anime type style, there's a look for you. If you like the more traditional comic book cartoon style, we have that for you as well. So we try to do a mixture of things.
Cool. All right. I mean, it all sounds cool. Now we can't see it until you launch it.
I know.
When you launch it, you know.
I know. I'm itching. I'm always. We can't launch early, can we?
I mean, why not?
Can we launch early? Is that bad?
You can do whatever you want to do. It's your call. If you want to wait, you can wait. But
okay.
You don't even have to launch when you say you're going to launch. You just have to launch. You know. So
that is true.
It's your call. But it's
let the fear come in.
Well, they get a notification anyway when we launch, don't they? So
yeah,
everybody who follows, yeah,
it's going to be instantaneous. Now, of course, my Facebook is not cooperating.
Oh no!
I can't get my vampires page up, believe it or not.
Oh.
And I can, but I can't. You know how they switched it to where you have to switch pages in order to go to your page? You have to be that page. It's not letting me be that page. So I can go to my vampires page, but I can't post anything. Typical Facebook.
Facebook's gotten interesting.
Well, you know, they do a lot of work they don't even have to do just to say they're doing something. I think that's the problem. You know?
Yeah, I'm curious in the next 5 years where Facebook is going to be or what it's going to even look like.
Well, if any competition comes along at all, you know, people will leave. They're kind of, a lot of people have kind of had it. It's convenient up to a point, but if you run a business, it's really not very small business friendly.
Especially when you're doing, you know, the ads. No, that's a little.
Yeah, I told them. They actually interviewed me Facebook Live, and I said, look, as a business person, I don't want to have to pay, you know, 3 times to reach the exact same people I paid to reach the first time. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
You guys know, you post on your page. I had 4 or 5 pages originally. I had a film page that had like 25,000 supposed people on it. My vampires page has 27. I had almost 100,000 with all my pages. So I should have been able to post to them. And I paid to get them because I did marketing to get them to sign up. and they changed it to where you don't reach anybody. So it's tough.
When did that start exactly? Because it seemed like at one point people were doing pretty good on it.
It was probably right after we shot. We did it when we did a movie in England in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
You could still reach a lot of people, and then all the musicians in England, they had their music pages, and they started complaining, "Oh, we're posting, and none of our friends over here in Birmingham and over in England are seeing anything." And I was like, "What's that about?" And they bit by bit, their pages started collapsing because you couldn't post to the people that supposedly signed up to your page. So, and then they, came up with, you can market and you can do this. And, it used to be post or market. And then they took away the ability to post a lot of people. So marketing is basically the only way to reach people. And, I've been running those campaigns with Libertine. I totally forgot my Kickstarter. And, that works if you target it correctly.
Right.
But that's an algorithm you got to chase once again, So it's never easy with Facebook.
Well, what we found out was when you run the ad and it stops and you do it again, it starts totally over. They don't pick up.
Yeah.
Which that's foul. Like,
yeah, you have to catch it before it ends and extend it in order to keep the same momentum. But I can look at that Google Analytics and see it going up when I first do it, and it's as the algorithm changes, it's losing momentum to the point where, eventually you're going to have to redo it anyway.
True.
That's the game. You got to chase them. But they're out there. People are still. All the campaigns seem to have funded that I've seen, and they are doing well.
Right.
They're not blowing it out, but they're not big operations. The big operations are blowing it out, like Shikari and those guys.
Yeah.
But they're literally a big operation. I mean, the guy running, I forget the name of the outfit, but he's got like a warehouse and a bunch of people working and all that. So, guys our size are doing, they're doing well. They're doing okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, in this month, that's why we were obviously we had to extend it out because we're still waiting on artwork.
Right.
We wanted to launch last month.
Yeah. Because
this month's I didn't realize how heavy this month is as far as campaigns.
Yeah, I didn't take the temperature. Wendy used to be really good at that. I would say, well, what's launching? And I'd give her a date and she'd say, Lady Death's launching that day. You don't want to launch because it's going to suck up all the, attention.
They launched this month too. What is it? I don't know when. It dropped sometime this month.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's such a tsunami. You kind of want to just get out of the way of the tidal wave. But with us, it seems like a lot of smaller independent comic people are launching this month. So it's kind of, competitive. We do kind of have some of the same people, right. But everybody's getting a piece, which is good. Yeah,
that's a good thing. That's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? It's still lucrative in that regards.
Well, you make enough to do your project or your next project or whatever. So
that's the plan.
Yeah, and our book is obviously, more cost effective than a full comic because you're not paying for all those pages.
Exactly.
So it's a good way to introduce things. So
yeah, that's what we're hoping. Again, like it's a lot of people, they seem to like the concept, which I was, that was good. Okay, we might be on something.
Yeah, there's a lot of horror stuff going on. I actually met with a guy. My kids recorded in a studio a couple 6 weeks ago, and I met the guy, and we actually talked about music and horror and everything. And we've been hanging out in the same club since the 90s, practically.
Nice.
Not still in the club, but back when we were younger,
right.
He'd go to an industrial rock show, or he'd go to a club, or there'd be a horror event, and he would have been there too. Mm-hmm. And, there's so many different ways to get your horror related product out. I mean, they have a lot of haunted hayrides and haunted mansions up here. Mm-hmm. They have the penitentiary in Philadelphia that they have around Halloween and everything. And he does the sound for all that.
Oh, nice.
Like the special effects sounds for all these events. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, they're always looking, they have events. It's a lot of horror related activity related to film, related to sound, related to music. And, there's ways that what we're doing as far as the visuals, comics and things will fit into that.
Heck yeah.
So it was a great conversation. A lot of opportunity for you guys with the horror genre.
Yeah, I said that's our plan is to come, still make it out like I told you later this summer. So I was actually listening to a podcast with Kevin Smith on it.
My buddy.
I know he has a theater up there in New Jersey.
Yeah, he opened it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
does his Smod Castle, he calls it.
That's right.
It's like 10 minutes from the store.
Well, he said on the podcast, look, he said anybody who has a film, he'll show it. He said, no, they'll split. He said 50-50. You get, and I was like, that's a great deal. Yeah. He said, just bring it up there.
It's just like when he put my books in the store. He gets it,
Yeah, because he was one so he knows.
He's maintained that peace. He remembers and he understands. And he's in Jersey. Now that he opened that, he's in Jersey more than before. So,
nice.
So
you run to him all the time then, pretty much.
Well, I'm not there all the time. I mean, I live in South Jersey and they're in North Jersey, close to
Okay.
So usually in the spring, they have an event where they have some creator come down and they're always like, hey, come up and ask me questions. So I'm a guy who, I'll get a free answer. I could just go ask him, how did you make the jump from comics to film, or how did you do this or whatever? And they tell me, I buy a book, they sign it, and we talk for like 10 minutes. And he literally happened to be there, but the last guy I went to see, Mark, does his podcast with him. So they're kind of joined at the hip because they do their podcast together. So Kevin was just like, yeah, it's my store and Mark's here. I'm hanging out. So it's nice to catch up. And he actually remembered vampires, which was cool.
It's awesome.
He's a good guy. He'll give you, if you meet him, he'll give you the straight dope. But Mike, the guy that runs it from Comic Book Men, and his wife, Julie, they're the same way. They're like, yeah, Kevin gets indie stuff and we love it. And anything we can do to support it, we'll do. So
good
it's
deal.
Nice.
There's a lot of cool stuff on the East Coast, man, especially, going far up north, far as like, just independent stuff and horror and everything. So,
yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on. I mean, even, what am I seeing lately now? I'm seeing a lot of like witch gathering fairs and, like a lot of, and they're like events that happen every year, but I don't always see them. And this year I'm seeing more and more events like that, which is, I guess they're coming back since after COVID. But yeah, it seems like there's every weekend there's something going on, horror related, comic related, or both, or film related in Jersey. So,
right. Y'all get a lot of horror conventions up there.
Because I went to the occult fair or whatever. It travels the country, and it was in Philly about 3 weeks ago.
Nice.
And I went there for that. That was very cool too.
How was that convention we went to last week?
You know what? I'm blanking. Which one was it?
Well, not the convention. The one, it was that Friday. We were gonna do the
Oh yeah, QXT.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah. That's a club. I always tell the story that I wrote about. I think in the 5th issue of Vampires, I wrote about an underground vampire club in Newark, New Jersey. Like I made it up, and then 6 months later, I was contacted by an underground vampire club in Newark, New Jersey. And it's an industrial club. It's been there probably about 20 years.
Oh wow!
And, they have an upstairs and they have a downstairs. And my friend Matt O'Max runs the Vampire Enclave, and they're pretty chill. I mean, their meetings are more like, I don't know, they're quieter than Teamster meetings. I mean, it's like a club.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they're very nice. She has events while they're meeting. I was a vendor. They had an artist who does portraits or whatever. His stuff was up on the wall. They had Lady D, who is a witch who does readings. She does tarot. And, it was just very chill. And another guy who writes books, like, regular novels. He was there. So it was good. Actually, and surprisingly enough, I actually sell some stuff.
You always sell stuff. Come on.
Exactly. Well, the stuff sells itself. I mean, I can't take all the credit. It's kind of well known now, because I've been doing it for a couple of years, and it's got a little, with a little bit of push, a little marketing, people come out to pick it up. So
that's pretty impressive, man. I mean, that's being online is good, but you're out there, doing the physical stuff.
Well, yeah. Once I took it to my local store up here, Ron's Comics, and it sold out, then I was like, I guess that's a thing. You go there and you show them your wares, and they decide whether or not to put it in the store, and then you try following up on them. I mean, I don't have barcodes or anything, but I try following up. I used to run Kickstarter not Kickstarter. Facebook allows you to target based on zip code and address. So I used to literally run an ad once my books were in the store, like the first week or two, for a few bucks, $5. But it used to actually send foot traffic to the stores, and even the guys who own the stores were shocked. They were like, people literally came in to get your comic book, and I would put the address in the Facebook, and then it gives you a circle, and I would widen the circle to like 10 miles around the comic book store.
Nice.
And target comic book people that like horror or whatever, and they were going in buying it. So, with a comic book store, you sell 5 issues, and you're nobody that sells 5 issues, and they're like, this guy's a genius, because they never carry a deep, they carry Marvel and DC, but they're not carrying that much of anything else.
Yeah, that's what happened to us with the one local shop we have over here with Rabbit. Like we gave them 10 comps. They sold out within like a week. And they said, "You got any more?"
Right.
Like, yeah, we got.
Yeah. And they come back to you like, well, they liked it. That's good. I mean, that's good for them.
If I could only get like 100 more stores to do that, I'd be all. I won't have to work a day job.
Well, that's what I thought too. But I had 25 stores, and let me tell you, it was so much work because every store negotiates differently. Every store likes to do business differently. So you get 100. That was my goal. I'm going to have 100 stores before the Kickstarter started taking off. Now I'm shipping, and that's different type of work. But yeah, every store is different, and you kind of have to, barter and cajole, and it's a lot of work keeping them happy, and then the margins are tough, on floppies. But as soon as you do enough issues, you do graphic novels, and then your margin goes up.
Yeah, that's like the biggest problem I think we've all had is the ongoing issues. Because like we're just not in a position where I can crank out an issue every month, not even every 2 months.
Yeah, with Kickstarter. Actually, I was having this conversation last night on the podcast I was on. People are okay with you being able to do something like every 90 to 120 days and staying with you. As long as you fulfill, correctly, you'll grow that business over time, because they'll go, well, look, I did 10 Kickstarters over here, and I haven't gotten any of that stuff. I went with Chaz and Chris, and I got my stuff within 2 months.
Yeah, we always fulfill.
So I trust. Yeah, so I can trust them when I give them my money.
Yeah, I don't see how guys can do that, man. Like, we've seen people, it'd be like a year, 2 years.
Yeah,
they're doing other campaigns. Like, come on now. Like,
yeah, it's wide open. I mean, Kickstarter leaves it open, but you build trust if you can deliver, and that's really where the magic, happens.
Yeah,
because if you can fulfill that, those people won't forget that, because, like you said, they're looking at everybody else who just, dude, where's my whatever? I paid for that a year ago. Where is it?
I know, right? Your name, reputation. That's all you got in this. You got it. Yeah. Well, we are 7 minutes away.
All right.
Oh,
and how's the baby?
He's fidgety right now.
Yeah.
I think
energy.
Yeah, he's. Well, I mean, around this time, either he sleeps or he's doing this, and then he'll crash like about 2 hours from now. He'll crash the rest of the night to about wee hours in the morning.
Yeah.
So he's getting bigger now. He's 7 months now, man. How time flies.
Yeah. Trust me. I remember carrying mine around, and now he was 19 last week. Jeez. First year of college.
Yeah, he can do his own Kickstarter pretty soon.
Yeah, if he wants. I mean, it's interesting what you introduce your kids to. The two of them are doing music now, and I have instruments laying around the house, and I record, and it's just nice to see them go, do their own thing.
That's what's up. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. You never do what your parents tell you to do. So I'm not the type of guy to go, you should try, do this, do that. But, I support them. Creativity is a beautiful thing. It keeps your mind, occupied, gives clarity to a lot of things, calms people down a lot when they get that out of their system.
Therapeutic.
Yeah. So it's all good. But yeah, the comic book stuff. I mean, I think my son was 8 when I did vampires, and he had looked at a lot of comics on YouTube. They read you the comics.
Yeah.
All my comics from the 70s, he heard through YouTube. So I took him the vampires thing, and he had some really good opinions on what to do with it. So he was like my secret weapon business manager. He was only 8, for like the first year, he would say,
Wow.
do this, don't do that, do this. And it was working. I'm like, the kid knows what he's doing. For example, I got invited to Sopranos Con where the Sopranos were there because I'm in Jersey. And I told him, hey, they invited me to Sopranos Con. He looks at me. He was probably 12. He's like, Dad, you know, they're going to see the Sopranos at Sopranos Con, not you. Don't do it. And I was like, okay. All the other Jersey people went, you know, novelists, guys, all Jersey related. That's why they asked us to go. Mm-hmm. They paid like $1,000 for a table. Ooh. You know, it was a big deal. It was the Sopranos. People came in, they walked right by everybody else. They went right to Tony and his family. So,
I mean, that's
right again, you know?
Yeah. I mean, hey, he saved you
$1,000. Yeah. He's got good instincts with that, you know. But, you know, when you don't have to worry about a mortgage or, you know, your car note or your paycheck, your mind's very clear.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sky's the limit, right?
Yeah. But, yeah, part of it's luck, part of it's planning, and part of it's hard work. So, you know, that's what it takes. But, yeah, the actual going into stores and things. And, you know, I got rejected by a good number of stores. I mean, there were some stores that were just like, my clientele's not going to like it, or they have it set up so that everything comes right out of what's the magazine Diamond puts out?
Yeah.
Previews.
Yeah. He's like, you know, my people look at previews. I think his thing was 99% of his people don't buy like anything off the rack. They just order right out of previews.
Right.
So it's like, even if I put a great setup in here, it wouldn't make a difference to them because that's my business model, you know. And I was like, yeah, I'm okay with that. That's fine. I don't want to be somewhere where I'm not appreciated, because then they'll take your comic and they'll stick it under something. Or,
correct.
You know what I mean? What do they care? They're selling what they're selling. You know,
yeah, I mean, it's
that
getting tough
was the
now.
good thing about Jay and Silent Bob's. If you guys want to put your comic in there, I'll talk to Mike and they'll put it right up front.
Yeah, we got some backlogs. I mean, we got plenty of stuff to put out. You know,
yeah, they'll put it right up there with Marvel and DC and see how it does. See how it goes.
Well, yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yeah, I actually, when I did my second Kickstarter, everybody, you know, Kara Nicole has her own comic, Wendy has a comic, CB has a comic, and I took their comics to my local store because they don't sell out of stores. Mm-hmm. I talked to the owner, Ron. He put them in, and within a month, they were all gone.
Awesome.
You know, so there's opportunities.
All right, let's do this.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and launch.
Pull the trigger.
She's gonna go. You know, you gotta read the little disclaimers.
Here. Screen layout.
He's ready to launch. It doesn't matter how many things you do. It always feels like it's the first time doing it. Because you just never know.
Yep.
Did it launch?
Yep.
We are live.
Hold it. What did I hit? I wanted to add the other screen. I'm trying to remember how I did it before. Oh, there it is. Present. All right. See if I can pull that right up.
Yeah, let's go.
There we go. Oh, let me refresh it. Should go right through, right?
Yep.
There we go. Launched.
Yep, we'll see what happens.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, these Kickstarters are a lot of work, man. You know,
enough, but you know. So as long as I have this up, let's go down and take a look, see what we got here.
Hey, go ahead and check it out, see what we got.
Awesome work. A little bit about you guys. Comics to movies. That's the sweet spot. When's the next Rabbit coming out?
Don't know yet. There's the story. Far as the story's done, I don't know. it just depends on a few things.
Are you going to put it together for a graphic novel?
Yeah, well, we if things worked out right,
Yeah.
I would rather do it as more of like a trade or something every few months, because the way the story is laid out.
Right. Because that'd be a great get for people, pick that up. All right, Sultry Slashers, a sexy horror themed 32-page pinup book. Soon be a horror comedy comic book. 5 besties who are killing it. You want to tell us about Lacey, machete wielding?
Yep. Lacey Lake Stalker, which, right, it's funny. It's like a kind of like a Jason parody.
Yeah.
Anyways, machete wielding, outdoor enthusiast. What else did I have?
Oh wow, yeah, remember
yeah. Is able to like walk really fast while looking like she's walking extremely slow. That's like one of her special abilities. And then there is Dollface, who is obsessed with Halloween and antique dolls, and she really hates babysitters. Then Candy Claus.
I can't really remember this.
She practices astral projection, collects Christmas decorations, and she's just a gory little bitch. And then
I love these characters.
Head is, no one really knows much about her. She is really, likes chainsaws, grunting, and meat. That's all that people know about her.
That's more than enough, apparently.
Yeah. And then Bella Buzzsaw, she is our demon summoning lover of all things that include suffering.
And she likes puzzles.
And, likes puzzles.
I'm just messing this all up.
Very cool. All right. So let's see rewards. First of all, free U.S. shipping. Wow, that's really something.
Mm-hmm. We try to do that with all of our campaigns. That's included in the price. So
yeah.
Outside of the U.S., international shipping, from the U.S., it's so expensive.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
We discounted the shipping as much as we could internationally.
Yeah.
Well, we got
Make
2
it work.
so far.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Cover A, Robert Nix. Cover B, Roberto Art, and cover C, Roberto Art. Wow, those are beautiful. Awesome. The campfire scene's great.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, let's put it, because again, like it's a couple different meanings. Like campfire, Friday 13th. Then what do you tell horror stories most at around a campfire? So.
Yep. Of course, that buzzsaw is that's actually iconic looking. Very cool.
Yeah, we thought we made that maybe our mascot going forward for Flash.
I'm thinking there's a lot there, T-shirts.
Yeah, you think
you could do a lot with that character. Yeah, these are really, really amazing work, you two.
Thanks,
very impressive.
I'm really our artists, man. They really came through. Went crazy with these things.
Wow. Rajosic. Where'd you get that artist?
I follow.
I found him on another Kickstarter.
Yeah, there's a couple of Kickstarters we follow that use them. I said this guy's really phenomenal. So that's really
he is. Great use of shadows.
Yeah.
Very cool. Wow. Yeah, this is some great stuff.
Thanks.
I'm picking out what I'm going to get now. Do my
we got
shopping.
2 covers from Miss Senpai that are going to be
they're coming.
released.
They're coming.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, is this a 30-day campaign?
21 days.
21. Okay. Yeah, that's enough suffering, I think.
Yeah.
I just could never handle that week where nothing happens practically.
Yeah, that's why we kind of, again with the rabbit one, we did like a month. We kind of saw how like that you get, like you said, like that 1 week nothing happens.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
everybody hits that. It's not like it's just me or you. It's like everybody. So I was like, well, Wendy and I were talking, and she was like, yeah, 21 feels better. Feels tighter. So.
Then you have little nice and naughty sets.
Mm-hmm.
Kickstarter
standards.
Yeah.
Well done stuff. Very well done. Yeah, you guys are rocking it. It's a really, really beautiful campaign.
Thank you.
Very exciting. There's another coming from Miss Hen Pie.
Yeah. So we've already seen what they're gonna look like. They're just not completely finished yet.
Yeah, it's cool.
I mean, she's she's a phenomenal artist. Takes her, she just can't rush perfection.
No, you want it done to the way they want it done before you put it out for a variety of reasons, but also because that'll be their best work.
Yeah.
If they're happy with it, that's a big step.
Plus, I give people a reason to come back and pledge more.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I do blast a couple of times during the campaign to people that already purchased to tell them, hey, maybe you missed this. You want to take a look at it. And it does make your numbers go up and down, which is kind of jumpy.
Yeah.
But they'll make their decision before the end anyway. Nothing's coming through until the end. So that's where I look at it. In fact, I stopped looking at it for most of the time now because I'm just like, I'll look at the numbers towards the end because they're the numbers that are going to count. Oh, nice. Awesome calendar here.
Yeah, Chassis designed them.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, so they fold out to 11 by 17. So it's
yeah,
like a nice,
very smart idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kara always does a calendar. I've never done one, but that looks really good.
Thank you. I double checked the dates too on everything that I made too, so I know that they're
right.
They're
Yeah, that would be a nightmare. I'd probably put 23 dates on a 24 calendar, knowing me, and then be like, oh, I got to fix that. Yep, Roboto set. Awesome set. Nice and naughty. Majestic set. Yeah, that use of light and dark on those is really, really great horror looking,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy to work with too.
He did great work.
Yeah, it's got some foreboding in it. Very cool. And of course, Miss Henpei. Awesome. And the prints, which I don't think I offered that many prints last time, but this time I thought I'd better do the requests.
Yeah.
People like it.
11 by 17 prints.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You can get the nice ones, the naughty ones. You can get them individually in the add-ons as long as you have like a physically shipping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. You know this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I did my first Kickstarter, they didn't have add-ons like they have them now.
Oh wow!
And it was like people would be like, "Well, I'll give you extra money, and then I'll get the other thing." And that was how they did add-ons. Or backer kit at the end where you could get something thrown on there. But it wasn't like it is now where you can put everything in and see it. People really love them. You want to get more than one or two things. Yeah, this is beautiful work. Chilling and killing.
Yeah, that's gonna be. So you're gonna get the naughty calendar, the nice calendar, all 32 covers, all 32 11 by 17 prints. You're gonna get 32 hollow foil card sets. I mean, each of the cover is a card.
Mm-hmm.
It's and they're numbered to 13 or less.
Yep.
And then also one of the random Miss Henpai foil covers numbered to 3 or less. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Quite a party. Black like metal covers. Wow.
Yep. Those are numbered 1 of 1. There's only 1 of each of them. There isn't no more than that.
Even we won't have any.
Yeah.
Wow. That's going to be a beautiful cover.
Yeah.
Black
and
light.
The black light metal covers look really cool, but I don't have like an accurate depiction of what it's going to be. So I
Yeah. That's always tough.
Yeah.
And of course, stretch goals.
Yeah. And we did some higher end stretch goals this time, so they're further apart in achieving.
Right. Coaster. Yeah, I've never done coasters. I'm gonna have to do a coaster.
Yeah.
Mouse pad. Bottle opener is always good. Everybody can use that. Buzzsaw knife magnet. That's pretty cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have some great stuff here.
Thank you.
Looks good. I'll definitely be picking up something. There's a lot to choose from, though.
Yeah.
There's a little video to play. You can play too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It just goes with it.
Yeah, it goes with it. We did a little something. We didn't do nothing too crazy this time.
Right,
it's like a 30-second.
Do it this way, and we'll do that.
You see.
That's it.
Music by Dark Helmet.
Yeah, we can use him for everything. He's a good guy. He does a lot of synth music. So.
Yeah, very John Carpenter-esque.
Oh yeah, that's what we're going for.
Make this smaller. There we go. Back to that. All right, you broke the ice.
Yeah, not bad. 5 backers. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
So let me get back to that. Yeah, congratulations. You got in there, which is good. Broke the ice. Now it's, you guys know. Get the word out.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it's a pleasure working with you guys.
Always.
You have anything else you want to say? Your boy's been really good the whole time.
Yeah, he likes listening to us talk. Anything, Bo, you want to add?
You have anything to say? Any opinion?
Well, no, pretty much. I think people like it. There's a lot of, as we went through it, there's a lot of cool rewards on there. We got some early bird specials and everything. If anybody have any questions, you can hit us up. Glad to answer them. And just check it out. If you like horror, you like Final Girls, you like pretty ladies, blood and guts, hey, this is for you.
Yeah, it's good stuff. So this is streaming on Facebook and YouTube, so it'll be a link. Let me actually throw your brand new link into the chat. It's uncoordinated. It's funny. I'm on shows where they have people do all this stuff, and it's like, well, yeah, that is nice if you can do that.
Yeah. I wouldn't have the first clue about how to do the StreamYard thing.
I looked into. It's not bad.
It's not rocket science. That's why I started doing them myself, because I had done so many podcasts, and then they started asking. I was doing so many, they asked me to guest host on a couple, and I was like, okay, so I'm starting to get the idea of how to do it. And then with StreamYard, like I said, I get it for when I need it, and then I didn't want to be one of those guys who does one every week, because if you do that, you kind of run out of stuff to talk about. I want it to be like an event.
Right.
So, yeah, you guys would be a natural. You could do a horror podcast like once a month and just talk to other horror people and have some fun with it. It's pretty easy work.
Oh yeah. We plan on doing some more things as the months go on.
Well, you got your hands full, but anything I can do, just let me know.
Of course. Thank you for having us, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man. You got to launch.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
All right, let's just go.
All right. Let me, everybody out there, why don't you tell them where they can, get your, obviously Kickstarter, but how to contact you?
They can hit me up on, actually, probably Instagram is the best. /_delirium_team.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, through there, there's all our links and whatnot.
All right. Sounds good. All right, everybody, go there and get stuff. Get cool stuff. You got 20 and a half days, however it starts ticking. Get it while you can get it, because once it's gone, it's gone.
That's right.
Yep.
All right. I'll end the broadcast.
Uh-oh.
I think somebody else is